Hey folks, it's a final game of the NHL 26 of the Inregular season tournament. I'm Info11 and I'm Terry Crews. This is the last game between the 6th seed versus the 7th seed. Big upsets may occur, but there might be only one option that might make it happen. The Flames take on against the Blackhawks here at Scotiabank Saddledome. And for the next broadcasting partners I will have is Brody. He'll be joining us here along with Charles Chuck, also named Chucky, and the third commentary is Tyre, and the center box only brings out Life Ray. And there's a lot of great substituting with the leads on the goal, but there could be only one that will change it all. Let's find out what takes the next goal in. He had starting commentator of the goaltenders. We have it across as Spencer Knight, and for the Calgary Flames, Dustin Wolf is a starting goaltender. Here are the expected players for the Chicago Blackhawks, as we have one of our big takes in, and it's Connor Bedard, who has a quick release and the ankle breaker. Then Tyler Bertuzzi, who makes a big tipper and no contest zones for the overpowering the puck battle and in front of a neck deflections. Then Frank Nazar with the wheels and tape-to-tape zones. Then Teuvo Teravainen with the tape-to-tape zones. Andrei Burakovsky, the quick release and deceptive quick shots. And Elliot Mikheyev is to start off with the wheels on lightning fast skating speed on the upper hand. Now for the starting players for the Calgary Flames on the other hand. We have Dustin Wolf, who is dialed in and is reflected on a consecutive saves in a row. Jonathan Huberdeau with the tape-to-tape zones and the precise and powerful passes. Miguel Backlund with the quick draw and the quick pick. Blake Coleman, who has a big rig and dominating the puck protection. Morgan Frost with the early edges and the quick shots on the quick release. And then we have Ryan Strome with the tape-to-tape zones on precise and powerful passes. And then it's Victor Olofsson with the quick release on deceptive quick shots. And lastly, we have Joel Farabee. Pressure is the building shot to beat. That's it for the starting groups. Let's go down to Calgary to start our final game in the second round. One team will face against the Seattle Kraken, and the others will end their season. Time to see what it gets. Hawks, Flames, next on EA Sports. See you later for the intermission and post-game show. It's Calgary time, and we are here at Scotiabank Saddledome. I'm Bernie, and I'm here with Chucky, Charles, and Tyre. And for commentary to the center is Life Ray. Tonight's big night, second round begins now at Scotiabank Saddledome. Alberta of Calgary and America of Chicago starts now. Let's see who takes on the next as we start game. Starting goaltenders is in the range between Dustin Wolf and for the Blackhawks is Spencer Knight. Here's to start off for Zach Whitecloud. He will send it around the net. He finds it again to Joel Farabee. The other way now for the Flames. He'll have it again at Blake Coleman. Set it off to Whitecloud. The outside now finding to Farabee. Green will take it away from the Blackhawks. And therefore in the zone. He has that one picked up and will set it off to Whitecloud. He'll find Joel Farabee. That one sets it off, and Miguel Backlund the other way now, as they will have the Flames in regroup. Change off the Bell, you'll find Whitecloud. Whitecloud will find the Farabee. The Farabee shoots one, and a save by Spencer Knight. With a rebound, he now finds Bell. He looks to Whitecloud. Whitecloud now finds it over to Bale. And now broken it up by Andrei Burakovsky. Chicago the other way now as Bedard trying to enter the zone. Big off attacker now. This will be Whitecloud, and this one will keep that one out. So Rankovic holds a break. And a new regroupment here for the Flames. Coronello in the zone. Big save by Spencer Knight. What a nice save. This is a great start off for Spencer Knight. I mean, you would almost have to be like it's impossible to get there. That is going to have to give a good look. I mean, just a great start here for Spencer Knight. I mean, that really is a great way to have that with repetition. Marco Ronaldo, he'll have it again, a good sense off. He'll have it over to Porankovic. On the fire, save up by Spencer Knight. And here's another one to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov in front, saved by Spencer Knight. Unlucky bounce here, and Ryan Donato will have that one clear it out. Up comes it off the wall, and rebounded up by Kuznetsov. Not giving a break here between the players on offense here on debris. Bryce, and here's Sorenkovic. Sorenkovic the other way. He'll fire that one. Another big save and play by Spencer Knight. Nazar. The other way now for the Blackhawks. He'll find a way in, and that one will freeze the puck up with only 15-16 in the first period. A lot of time to start up with the Flames and the Blackhawks. No score in the range between the two. Now the wing as Hanley will have it. Here's Nazar. Outside look. Fire on the blocker. Big save by Dustin Wolf. Big chance effort for the rebound. That one gets away with it. Well, Nick Lourdes was really blocking that shot. I mean, that really is a great offensive zone, but then he's got a little bit of a little crouching down, and he's a little bit of a upped up. He looks like he'll have to rush out of here. Nick Lourdes is really trying to have that answered in there, and it looks like that is definitely going to suffer with pain. Shaw wins the draw, and here's Hanley down for the Flames. They'll have that deep pass zone to Victor Olofsson. Victor Olofsson. And a cut motion to Mountain, a big save by Spencer Knight. Victor Olofsson on a backhander trying to have deflection, and will stop the play with Spencer Knight with under 15 minutes in the first period. A lot of big change off here, and as for the Flames, they could definitely start up with the first goal right away in the first period. Here's number one with Donato. Connor Zary has that pass around the net. Here's Mata. Send off to Hanley. Hanley looks over to Mata. Mata does send over to Zary. He'll have it again to Hanley. Hanley shoots one deflection and it's back to Slaggert. And here's the 30. He'll have that one off the glass and right around the net. Rebound by Hanley. Hanley will swing to Zary. Zary in transition. Pass to Farby. Farby in motion. Cut back up by Zary. Looks over to Mata. Mata to find Bell. Bell shoots. Blocked up. Rebounded by the Flames. We'll send it out of the zone with 13 minutes in the first period. They're really going to get all the blocking afterward. They're really going to get a mess off, and they can definitely try to ease that clean. Here's a motion in front of it, and a save play again by Spencer Knight. Here's off to Whitecloud. He'll have it to Joel Farby. Here's another one to Kevin Bale. He'll give it to Whitecloud. And back to Farby. He'll fire it. A big save. Almost going to get a reach. And that one cannot get it back in there. What a big save by Spencer Knight. Here's the big attack. A save made again by Spencer Knight. Kaiser has it over to Redsell the other way now for the Blackhawks. Calgary the other way. Now he finds it over to Whitecloud. He'll get a pass to Coleman. Coleman goes down, and the block side will be on the Blackhawks. 11:29 remaining in the first period. Stop that and whistle. All right, I will send it over to Lifering in the center box. All for you for the start off for all and importantly of Dustin Wolf. Well, thanks, fellas. About Dustin Wolf, he was really always a lifesaver, and we really are seeing this on a start off. And when all he brings it up, it's really a start off. He scores! Breakaway change gets the start off of the Flames 1-1 lead. Well, therefore, you know how Sorenkovic was acting it up. He plays it on Hernandez right into the net. That gives a great start for a goal to have that be in. And it goes right over to the goaltender and in the net. Needless to say about this, Sorenkovic had a great start. Needs to have that passing over. There's no way to try and defeat it. You have that in the net. Great start. So with the start off for Sorenkovic, that's the first goal in the game. And first goal in regular season tournament, 8:55. Unassisted by a team. He did it by himself afterward. I mean, you really have to know about this. But as I said about Dustin Wolf, you really have to know the life-saving of how this happened with the ion pressure. And the only thing that happens for now, when the whole entire point goes with Dustin Wolf, he would have to really make a great save of it. No better effort than would ever do for him. He really has to show what he can definitely try to keep on making some pressuring innings off to the right point of it. Pressure is the key. I'll have to keep an eye out here for Dustin Wolf with some remarkable pressure saves. Back to you, Brody. All right, thank you so much, Joe Layfrey. And the big first goal starts at Yegor Rankovic. They get the Flames, so we'll start with the 1-0 lead. Here's Rankovic. Rebound by Coronado. Flames will have a new entire group here. Now have it to Bale. He's failed to pass out to Zuri. Zuri to find the Strode. That one don't give it over to Velazquez. That one stops up. Strode. Give to Zuri. Zuri nowhere to go. Zuri with the rebound, finding Puri. To Bale. Yeah, shoot save by Spencer Knight. Connor Bedard keeps it out. Now here's Green the other way for the Blackhawks. Chance on a shot blocked by Puri. And he's over to Zuri. Zuri, right toward the wall. No offside. And now here's Lourdes. Lourdes in motion into his arm. Save by Dustin Wolf. What a big stop down. He just almost went missing it, but that is a big dive play. Yeah, I would never seen this play here before. And now this is a great way to have a great good look on Dustin Wolf. That's big pressure. What a great save. Another save by Dustin Wolf. Miguel Backlund will clear it to Coleman. This will give a new line group change for the Flames. Here's Nazar. Now as for the Blackhawks, we'll have a new line groups. Stops it. Blake Coleman will have that one swinging it out. This one will send it deep. Back into Blackhawks territory. And icing is on Calgary. Send it back the other way is the Blackhawks, and it's Tyler Bertuzzi. Tyler Bertuzzi is really like on the better sharp edges. The big return is a better way to have that pressure. Only one stands out. I mean, I'm really concerned that Tyler Bertuzzi is really to start off to give that a great look. But only one saves enough. When pressure makes it coming, it's big on chains in the effort. No crowd would do the thing. But when Bertuzzi does it all, it's a great way to have that one scoring it off. He's looking for assists for tonight. And by Connor Bedard, you'll have it all what he can do. I'll find about Tyler Bertuzzi with the great assist on that action. That's you. Here's Grzelcyk the other way now for the Blackhawks, so you'll have a new line group change. Ryan Donato to find the Bakaya, and a block shot by Hanley. Hanley's been looking at blocking afterward. He really had to do all of it. And a big change. Blumberg all alone. Move around. Stopped by Spencer Knight. Trevier again to Ryan Donato. And here's Mikheyev again for the Blackhawks. Seemingly like this is another huge save by Spencer Knight. And the only way I can get away with this is he really stopped it on the pressure. That's a great way to have that one looking. Yeah, you see, I know that it's really just a hard way to do for him. And now I really am watching this. This is a great way. I got a good eye on the track on the other way. I mean, wow. It's zipping Deckman out there, Bertie. Exactly true. Yeah, it's really good enough to get that cleared in there. That's great. First effort by Spencer Knight. After a save by Knight, here's Connor Bedard with only 4 minutes in the first period. Angle breaks it. Pops it still. Back to Victor Olofsson. Kicks it out. Whitecloud will clear that zone. Flick it off the wall. Rebound by Rinsel. Rinsel right toward the wall. Pops it still with the rebound. And here's Lundberg. Kicks it over now, find again to Whitecloud. One time. Bale shoots. Saved by Knight. 3:12 to go in the first period. Starting to get a lot of heavy moves here, and they're starting to have that look at the first goal to happen next. After a great save on the breakaway by Yegor Sharankovic, 1-0 starts Calgary. Kevin Bale outside now to Whitecloud. Whitecloud looks at Olofsson. Shoots and scores! Ryan Sharp deflection, and that's now taking a 10-0 lead. Well, watch what happens with Ryan Stroll as he has a deflection in there. And that is to beat defenders, and it goes right toward it. It just zips it. Just look what happened with that. That is all the Ryan Stroll, and there's a deflection. He just had a little bit of a help. Only one phase of time this down, and after bump with Olofsson, that gets it right underneath by Ryan Stroll. Now it's a 2-0 lead. Yeah, he's pretty much kept that one pretty clear. Ryan Stroll had a little bit of a great after an assist, and that is a great screen for the Calgary Flames. Kevin Bell to give away now. Here's Zach Whitecloud. Send it around the net. He now finds Bale. And off to Zuri. Zuri to pass now finding to Victor Olofsson. Olofsson. Pass off to Whitecloud. Looks to Bale. Bale pass to swing to Whitecloud. He looks off to Olofsson. Shoots one and a save by Knight. Green the other way for the Blackhawks. Chicago back into Calgary territory. It swings off and misses. And now here's Zari. Pass off the show. Back to Green. Green. Bailey hit down on the smash by Kevin Bell. Whitecloud. Bank around the pass. Zari will have that rebounded in. Pressure back to Kaiser. Here's Burakovsky. Looking at the pick by Miguel Backlund. Under a minute in the first period. Here's Miguel Backlund. Have that deep. Broken by Kaiser. Farabee trying to hold on. Lechinov again. The pass to Timo Teramainen. Here's Green. Green the other way now. The block shot by Coleman. And again the Kuznetsov. Calgary the other way now in the Chicago territory. Kuznetsov. It gets blocked off and Lechinov will have it again to Grizzly. Grizzly trying to get an advantage, and that's out of time in the first period. 2-0 to score where that starts up for the Flames. They got a great early leading to have a 2-0 lead. We'll get you back in underway shortly to Calgary after the break. Hey everyone, welcome to the first intermission of the NHL on EA Sports. This is the Calgary Flames, Ted. As the Flames puts up a nice strong hustle. Doesn't mean a thing, but 2-0 is the Calgary Flames start. After the first round upset beating against the San Jose Sharks, they definitely started up with the 2-0 lead over Chicago. Here's how they did after the first period. 16-5 for the total shots on goal for Calgary. 10-7 for the hits on Chicago the other way. 6:07 over 1 minute for the time on attack by Calgary. And it was 89/80 percentage on the passing effectiveness for Calgary Flames and 7/3 face-off wins for Chicago Blackhawks. Here are the action trackers here on the other side of it as we have a great start off for Sarankovic, 1 goal for the Flames. And the other one has turned it off with Ryan Strome on the other hand. That is a great start off with the first goal and make. All right, Terry, what's your say about the Calgary Flames in the first period?
Well, that start is going to be terrific on the other side of it. I really say that this has really turned out to be the best effort. No matter where you get into, you gotta see this to believe it. That first goal was a start out to make that knocking down the ball. Now, what's your take on here for Flames is that you've seen this one is the deflection for the start off for Strome, but for Sarankovic, that's a breakaway change to have that one with the start. Every moment you don't see about the Flames, you have the better effort, and you got to keep it going. Otherwise, if you don't get it in there, the Flames will have that one knocking out the spare, and they won't be able to get that one kicking it back into the notch. That being said it's definitely the harder choice to get it picked back in. And you got to get that great goal to have that one all lead off. Now over to you, Mephone 11, for the Chicago Blackhawks. I know Chicago Blackhawks doesn't start it off that quickly, but the only one thing what they need to do for is that Tyler Bertuzzi gets really taking the shot out of it, and nobody is giving us team stats for the Blackhawks. Everybody has been crushing it out in for the first period. But now, they'll have to see what happens with the second period if they can get right into work. Let's see how they handle it. All right, let's go back over to Calgary as we start the second period. We come to the end of the first intermission to have it out. And at that point, let's see what takes the second period on between the Flames or the Hawks. Be back with you soon for the second intermission. Let's see what goes on now.
Welcome back, fellas. We're ready to get started for the second period in Calgary. Second period is set, and we are ready to roll. We're off to a start for the second period for you guys. About the first period recap. 2-0 start. How do you see out there? Well, that was a great start afterward. I mean, that starting for the Blackhawks didn't really think it was pretty easy enough. But the concern is just how problematic you're going to do. Nowhere to change, nothing to bite. I really had to say about this. The Flames did such an amazing job here on the start of the first period. But the better part of it may have to try to give it all what they can do. Whenever you don't have to imagine it, you don't think about it, they're really going to have to start getting at all their options to have that next goal in play. Let's see how they can handle it in the second period. Big save by Dustin Wolf, and this one it goes right back to Kevin Bale. Blake Coleman the other way now. The Flames. Advancing on the group, now find Whitecloud. Yeah, shoot save by Knight. Knight's going to lay on with only 18:07 to go in the second period. And we just have that one started up to get it right in. So the next part of the game, as we will be seeing things, to start off for the Eastern Conference, as we'll only have 2 games on each side of it after this night's finish. Then you'll have another next night, as only 1 game will have things on. It will be the All-Islanders facing against the Columbus Blue Jackets back at home here at Nationwide Arena. That game coverage will start at 8 p.m. And then after that game, the other game will be the Western Conference Finals between the winning team of the Flames or the Blackhawks will take on against the Seattle Kraken in Seattle. They'll be all that much to know. But only time will defer anything that will change. This is the part of the next component of the matchup that will try to change it all. We'll see how they do. Here's Kusekov now finding the Coronado. Coronado to Frost. That one is caught up by Nazar. Lartis for the Chicago Blackhawks. He skates it. Saved by Dustin Wolf. Over to Frost. He'll send it off to Sarankovic. In front to Coronado. That pass broken up the play here, and it's now Coronado to Sarankovic. Miguel Backlund. He's up to Whitecloud, now finding the Bale. Bale pass. Trying to make that nifty move. Whitecloud in. Passes Bale. Bale shoots. Score! It was Sarankovic. Goals in the game. Extends to 3-0. Not when you're really seeing this, but that's Sarankovic. He has to deflected it up. And now that one is going to give it right away. And that is another tip in the goal. Not a high deflection. No ice sticking up. But that is a really great save. Sarankovic had done it again. Look, it's right there in the bounce in between the blade of the foot and just in the popping of net. Well, you can see what happened with Sarankovic. That one is tipping it back in front of it, and that is another great goal for the Calgary Flames. They're starting to have that one, knocking it down by Calgary of Chicago Blackhawks. They really are starting to have that one, messing it up on the pier. They really have to see what they can get their offensive going for the Chicago Blackhawks. Here's Vlasic the other way now to Thibaut Teravainen. Ryan Donato are going to cover territory for 14:40 remaining. That's a shot. That one is flicked, and it goes up high into the net. A lot of energy from the crowd here. Spencer Knight, Dustin Wolf having a little start off with the energy from the regaining group. And they're ready for their puck trap. That one will take it to Calgary. He'll find to Coleman. And around the other way, Farby.
Trying to have some answers in. Minor shot stopped by Knight. 13:56 to go in the second period. They're starting to have a look at answers, but still no match clean to get it off to a great start. And the win will be on Bedard. Here's Lesherdown. Stride to Burakovsky. Burakovsky's shot is missed off from the wide. That one is blocked up. And back to Hanley. A send to Olofsson. Olofsson passes Zari. Zari taking his own time now with only 14:15 remaining in the second period. Hanley. Stroll shoots saved by Knight. And here's Lesherdown. Send over to Green. Never change off for Green. Broken away by the Flames. Mata pass off to Zari. Zari pass to Hanley. And back to Olofsson. Olofsson. Send to Zari. Wonderful save by Spencer Knight. 12:22 to remain in the second period. Starting to get another goals here to have the furious for the Flames. To have that burning from the Ring of Fire on the Blackhawks. I mean, they wanted to do. I mean, the Ring of Fire, they've got to do this again. They want to see him knock out twice. Reels upper, going on a save by Wolf. And Borek will now find Kucherov. Frost. Mikheyev shoots save again by Wolf. So Rankovic to Borek. Borek again. Have the pass again to Frost. Frost looks over it again to Coronado. Here's Coronado off the wall. Rebounded up by the Flames. So Rankovic. Kuznetsov now finding to Parikh. Again a Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov sounds it over to Sorenkovic. Looks to Frost. Morgan Frost in the backhander. That one is blocked up by Mikheyev. The wheels will fire that one. Wristed around the net by Connor Bedard. And here's Sirvainen. Ian Coronado. Off to Coleman. New line group change. Back on ice is Joel Farby. Farby shot off the face mask. Backhand shot. Big save by Knight. And now it's back to Ridso. Well, I think everybody's going to start attacking gear on the goaltender. That's really another big obstacle course takedown if they're going to try to answer it. Feels like the answering this might be impossible. I mean, that really has to say how Spencer Knight is going to be able to have it all when he can't get it off to a great and a clean start. That's going to need to have that one big change. Right around the net, using everyone to bail. Yeah, chance over now find the Joel Farby. Farby. Across around the zone. Rebound by Coleman. Coleman. Whitecloud. Again to Farby. Farby looks to Coleman. Past the midway mark in the second period. Hanley. Fire. Save up by Knight. Chicago Blackhawks finding Leshernoff. And here's another big quick pass here by Slager. Slager back and take it away. Rebounded up by Mata. Here's Amata. 2-on-1 opportunity chance. Broken it up. Strom with the rebound finding Zari. Hanley shot fires it blocked. Zari. Exit outside. You'll dump that zone in the Chicago territory. Will be an icing for Calgary Flames. Yes, you look at it after the good set, so not only gets the big candidate. He really makes that defender go pow, but that doesn't really mean that it's a biggest knockdown if it could ever do it for him. I mean, that's because of how he's just doing the handling and better effort. You know, I definitely do have to say Kuznetsov, he really has just kicked it off in a nice crouch and a save, and that really makes that blocking shot better effort timing. And it's already finding the Farby. 7 minutes to go in the second period. Looks the paint. Eric again, Hanley. Oh, Zari shot. What a save by Knight. Farby again the period. That's almost been close enough. I mean, you could definitely almost miss that. Ryan Strom now finds it over to Parikh. Parikh, Zari. Zari. Shot stop again by Knight. Chicago rolling it out. Under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. He has another big save in play. Big kick out by Dustin Wolf. Off to Wolfson. Again is Zari. Oh, bad pass here. And Stroll. Wolf have that one, kicking it out. Burakovsky trying to pass to Green. Green shoots, save by Wolf. Stays right out of here out of the danger zone. Olofsson will now have it to Sarankovic. A rebound by Sarankovic for him to try to. Burakovsky for the Chicago Blackhawks. There you go. There you go, better. Chicago leading it out, and here's Ryan Donato. Over the other way now. Here's Frost. Ryan Donato. Getting a knock over it. Frost takes away with the puck. Sends deep to Whitecloud. Whitecloud. Off to Frost. Frost. Back to Bale. Bale fires. Save by Knight. 3:53 to go in the second period. And they'll be able to take another puck drop ready in the Chicago territory.
Just look when you see the backhander. Another big save by Spencer Knight. And the only thing that really catches us off is how good he is. That's another save of it that you really have to start showing the point of it. And the view of it doesn't really mean it that every save matters. Happens to be with Dustin Wolf, and it's also across from Spencer Knight. That's one save. You got to make that one countable draw. You got a great look, and power energetic doesn't mean it's just starting to give up everything. It just keeps playing. Keep working hard if you can get there. Bad save by Wolf. Rebounded by Lundberg. Lundberg. Pass over now, trying to Kevin Bell. Bell looks over it again and Bob Zipsil. Bob Zipsil. Off to Lundberg. Chicago rolling it in, up finding the Bertuzzi, and now here's the Rangers on. Our shotgun save by Wolf. Wolf is going to hang on with only 2:41 in the second period. A lot of big officials here trying to look for another shot on goal, and it's still 3-0 lead, Calgary. Bob Simpson wins the draw. Another win here, now finding to Lundberg. 2:40 to go in the second period. Took a knockdown here. Outside, Hanley. That one is flipped away. And he finds over to Frank Nazar. Nazar pass and a shot save again by Dustin Wolf. Lourdes behind the back of the net. Backlund. He gives it up to Klopka. Klopka to find the play Coleman. Coleman that's sent up to Hanley. Hanley to pass to Backlund. Backlund shoots, save again by Knight. And now here's another rebound by Tony Nello. Stopped it up by Anthony Mata. And back to Coleman. Last minute in the second period. Coleman shoots, save by Knight. Knight trying to take advantage of it. Tyler Bertuzzi. Blake Coleman. Looks to Joel Farabee. Joel Farabee to Backlund. Farabee fires it, blocked the shot. Sarankovic, two-time again. Save on a blocker by Knight. Connor Bedard able to have that one clear it out. Until Farabee and Whitecloud will send that thing up and end the second period again. Therefore, it is a 3-0 lead. Calgary Flames starting to look for a victory over Chicago Blackhawks before sending to Seattle. Third period is coming up next after the break. Hey folks, it's the second intermission of the NHL in regular season. Now, as we are seeing things here, after the second period, this is how they did. 33 shots on goal over 16 for Calgary Flames. 19 over 15 hits for Chicago Blackhawks. 11:43 over 210 for the Calgary Flames. 90% over 86 for Calgary. And 12 over 7 face-off wins for Chicago Blackhawks. Now, let's see what the action tracker really comes in fruition. Only deflected off with the goal is on the Flames. Yes, indeed so. I mean, we really are super proud enough to have that quick snap on. I mean, that only brings the Flames, who really had gotten off to a great start. That is the first period to the second period. And now the third period, this is going to definitely be the end of it. The end of it doesn't really mean that we really are starting to show off with the forcemen, but one time does it lucky to have everyone playing off for a position. Nobody ever can do for Flames to have that one rally it in. Now over to you, Terry, for Calgary Flames to Chicago.
Well, my Chicago team is just really having some struggles here, and now this is the Flames. They're definitely going to start making some upsets here. And definitely, it might be just a big, hard devastation to their lifetime. I mean, I don't know, me, Phone 11. I mean, will the Blackhawks come back?
Well, I don't know if it is, but I bet that this is going to definitely change enough to have that one nicking out into the other.
All right. Well, scared enough first, but let's see what happens with the third period if they tie it up.
Now back to the game as we are continuing off where the next goal takes in between Sarankovic or Bertuzzi.
Let's hope there is anything for the best. And we'll see you all later, folks, after the game for the post-game show.
Now let's get Rumble. Here we go. The last one is on, and we are ready for the third period. Let's see who takes the next goal on. And we're always with the finish of it as Calgary Flames starting to look out for its next upset victims to beat over by the other teams. Let's see what they have. All right, sending it over to you guys, to Charlie, Chuck, and Tyre. What's your thoughts about the second period? Well, they're doing so well. I mean, I gotta say that Calgary Flames have been doing really hard, particularly playing for anybody, and for most reason of it. As for the Calgary Flames, they've been like whipping it through. You know, it's definitely not quite everybody looking for a bigger hit, but the Flames have been a better team, obviously. They've been giving a lot of great hits. To have that one, slapping it down. Yeah, same with me. I mean, I gotta notice that the Flames did a wonderful job afterwards, and now as there's a great big upset again, it's definitely going to be another great battle on the range. Here's White Cloud on the outside of it, now has it again to Farabee. Farabee, Coleman's fire, score! Blake Coleman! And they get to start off the hype up in the third period. Yeah, this is where he gets to Blake Coleman. He was zipping across, and then that is a big fling up to have that another goal. Just watch what happens with the last play as Farabee gives it off to Coleman. One-time goal, big someone in. That's a high pressure. Just look at that fire wrist shot. You've got a great one clear advantage. You have that great goal. That's one-time motion for the one team. And you see with that one beats it up by Spencer Knight. That is really what the close call makes that advantage bit. And now the Flames, they're really starting to step it up again. Morgan Frost wins the draw. Here's Perret. He will have it again to good 6-up. 85 Perret. Perret puts it into Coronado. Flames the other way now for Coronado as he'll fire goes around the net. There's Frost. Sends over now finding the Kuznetsov. Doesn't get finding an extra room as he's now the czar for Chicago. Chicago on full rush. Kuznetsov takes it over. Perret. Send it deep over to Coronado. Coronado waits. That's that one past to Sarankovic. Oh, with a chance to Frost on the backhander. It's covered up by Knight. Soderblom waiting it out for Spencer Knight. He's looking able to have that one blocking it all. And he's feeling like he's a little bit dehydrated to have that hydration up. And he just really couldn't beat it. By the time of the skill, you got to give the Blake Coleman a chance. I mean, one time gets a great look of a goal, and then after this play action, this one goes right to Coleman after Farabee. And that is a great goal to have one range. That's another slap shot. Easy to space to say now, but for Calgary Flames are really having some great shot opportunities. That's one to deserve it. Here's our win for Lashinov. And Sarankovic will have to leave that one to zone out of here. Here's Perret. Now they'll enter clearing. Right around the net is Coronado. Donato flies that one out to the side, and again to Kuznetsov. Oh, bad pass. That one gets ripped by it. And that's Kuznetsov. He'll have to make another readjustment for the change. Calgary the other way. McKay shot. Save up by Dustin Wolf. Broken by Donato. Right side of it. A blocker again by Wolf. Sends it all the way down. Nice save by Calgary. Calgary will stop that in play with just only 15:40 remaining in the third period. There's still a lot to be done there. As you can see about Zach Whitecloud, that is a one great change-off to have to making this save. Only happens to the sport of it, and then with the only goal, that's just a pass-off to have that assist down. Yeah, I know, it's pretty much the same about this, and Whitecloud, he really got to look carefully, and then after that playoff, that pass was right in the line. You have to see this to believe it. Zach Whitecloud with the assist. He really makes that a great pass, and therefore they're ready for another puck drop. This big zone happens to be Zach Whitecloud's favorite. Transfer from the Golden Knights. Now he's able to go with the Flames, and you'll be able to see how he can definitely change it over. That's one great play on the other. I love to see how Zach Whitecloud did it. That's a making to have that rumble. Outside, now find Paré. Working to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov spins across, and a save by Knight. Rebound by the Flames. Here's another one to Coronado. He looks to Paré. Paré goes right to Zari. Stick lifted. Frost with the rebound. And Coronado swings to Kuznetsov. Backhander. Another save by Knight. And now that will have to be cleared out of here. And now the Flames will get a new line group and change. He goes to their line in front of it. Stopped by Wolf. What a denying effort on Mikheyev. And he'll have that one covered it up. You know what's happened to Dustin Wolf? That is really making the puck out play afterward. I've got a great save in it to see Dustin Wolf. He's really up to something. I mean, just nowhere that he can get off to that timing start. Dustin Wolf had great pressure in the zone. Cannot go and get away with that. He's all dialed in, full pressure. You know, you can tell you about Dustin Wolf. I mean, I think his next generation is going to be the next round to see how he can handle it. Let's see how this one hopes. Here's Mata after the winning face-off by the Flames. This will send back over to Hanley. Here's Hanley to send off past the Popsipso. Off Spisso. Oh, what a cut! Daggered in! Save by Knight. Over to find Mata. Mata to Hanley. That one is broken up, and now here's the last thing again to Green. Here's another one by Chacona Bedard. Bedard in front of Green. And then we'll have to get it right behind the net, and Mata will have it to Popsipso. Knox from the center ice. Here's Rinso. Give it again to Burakovsky. Bedard missed that one opportunity. As that one broken it up again by Hanley. Hanley tries to put for the tape zone, and this will be a delayed penalty. That one trips it up, and that's going to be a Flames penalty kill.
Calgary number 44, 2 minutes for tripping.
Sometimes you don't make that mentioning, and then the dagger of it, and then this one is going to go way between the leg, but that did not make it because Joel Hanley did a little bit of a mistake. That cut off with the stick, and that's going to be the first penalty kill. Yeah, the reference man looking at this says Joel Hanley, he had that one chipping somebody over. First power play will start in for Chicago. Chicago really have to start getting the goals in there. I know they've been waiting patiently, and now's the time to do this, because if they don't get it across, then that means they're definitely going to be beaten behind. Bizarre shot, saved by Wolf. Whitecloud. Now here's another contest on, which is a pass over to Mikheyev. Is saved up by Wolf. 1:32 left for the Hawks power play. And just nearing the midway mark of the period, 4-0 to score Calgary. Starankovic wins it. Zach Whitecloud trying to dunk it. And now it's Starankovic. Bell will swing that one out of here. And we'll get new offensive zone groups for Chicago Blackhawks. Broken away. Whitecloud was cleared out in the Chicago territory. Here's Green. Green. Change over Donato, blocking the shot, and a tip back in. I think you're going to deny it. Well, let's have a look at it again. I think the Blackhawks are going back into the zone, and I think that's going to be a no-goal. He crashed over by Wolf. I mean, yeah.
There was a
that's
turn
an
and the
easy
puck
call.
was crossing the crease,
I think
and there was a
happened with
goaltender interference. Therefore,
one play
no goal.
and the rebound. Yeah, that is going to be a crash off by Wolf. That's going to have to decline for Blackhawks with the goal. That's not going to happen with that. So they keep their power play advantage going with no goals with 11:44 to go. Yeah, he was really almost been out there dialed in. And I noticed that he was going to challenge it, and I thought that is a no goal. So he just had to challenge it again to make sure that counts. What a great reaction. So Rankovic sends it clear. 11:30 to go in the third period. Now as the Blackhawks will make a new change up, here's Bedard. He finds it over the green. We're going to lose to Lourdes. Blackhawks, shining numbers. Mata, Robinette, Harvey, clears that zone. Flames fans showing support. Down to 10. Time's almost about to be up. Mata will have it. And will send to Coleman, and the power play is over for the Chicago Blackhawks. Well, that really may have to be a difficulty, and that really is starting off with the whoopsie part. But now we get it, because that really is a great statement, and something definitely is going to happen. Flames simply are going to try to keep on shooting it again. And here's another one. Fast on wheels going in. Mikheyev shoots, save again by Wolf. Mikheyev on the wall. Back to Lourdes. Lourdes shoots another save and a pad by Dustin Wolf. Dialed in quickly. And now here's Blake Coleman. He'll send it over to Mata. Mata the pass now to Gerard Farley. Flames making new changeoffs here. Now there will be Leshanov. Leshanov to look to Lourdes. He looks to Nazar. Here's Nazar the other way now for the Hawks. In front, Kevin Bell. Zari will have it to Stroll. Stroll waits. Pass to Zari. Shot. Goes to the deflection. Off the stick of the goes by Spencer Knight. Kuznetsov waiting in comfortably. Olsen outside. Looks over to get it. Kuznetsov. Looks to Zari. Zari poking it up again by Guzlik. Guzlik looks over to Timo Teravainen. Now the Hawks will change it up. Zari, pass off to Kuznetsov. He will look to Stroll. Stroll pass to Parade. Parade, nowhere to go. Burakovsky the other way for the Blackhawks. He looks to Ryan Donato. Donato in front of Bertuzzi. Fires in. Another one goes off the mark on the wall. Olaf's into Parade. Knocked him right into Calgary territory. Keeps the play moving. Connor Zari to find Parade. Flames setting Bunros. Shots is strong. Blocked away again by Spencer Knight. Now we'll get a good sets off. He looks up to Stroh. Stroh, what a nice cut. Slip the feed, given away by Ryan Donato. Ryan Donato, a big hit by Lumbo, and back to Pep Simpson. They're spending so much time here in defenders. They definitely have that one knocking it out. That's really what the cause of it might have that uncomfort for the Blackhawks. That really may have to get that one up and out of the way. Lundberg now does the pass to Whitecloud. He finds it over to Klopka. Back on ice. He lifts to Whitecloud. And out of reach. Icing on the Flames. Under 6 minutes in the third period. We're starting to get a number of counter shots on the score as the Blackhawks are trying to look for themselves on the board without being beaten. They never win. Blackhawks shot, blocked it up. Coronado shot, put back in, he scores, and it's perfect for the Blackhawks to get on the board. Well, that's what happens with Sam LaFerty. I mean, that's a big tip back in. And the only thing happening for now is Tornado. This face-off win is only like this. You see, that's a slap shot, and then this rebound goes right passing by, and then now that the shutout won't happen, they got them on the board lately before the 5-minute mark in the third period. You know, Tornado was really like giving that one right off the train. And then this pass off was right toward a Sam LaFerty. That one tips back in, and that is a great goal for the Blackhawks. They really are up for something. Chicago Blackhawks trying to have the answers in there. It is 4-1. They're in the 5-minute mark in the third. They really have to do that on their own. I mean, they cannot let it go down. Sam LaFerty for 2 shots. And a save by Wolf. Finds over to Whitecloud. They're now having to get it from Zipsil. And the Lumberg to find the Klopka. Papa, he's going to go right over to Lumber. That one-timing swing and a miss here for the Flames. Down to 5 minutes remaining for He's in by Discover. Kevin Bell down again to Coronado and off to White Cloud. Give away now. White to the cross. Here's Slager. Slager the other way. Moves across. Up high and up to netting out by 35. Will get it out. Up drop ready. Now the Slagers go. Centers are riding in. Looking for another puck draw with it.
In the third period for Chicago.
Another quick draw. Another shot. Glove swallowed by Wolf. 4:22 left in the third period. They're making them feel like they're running out of breath to catch them up. But as for 40/31 shots on goal, Albers from Calgary, better takes on effort. Win by Frost. This one beats over by Connor Bedard. Here's Kevin Bell. Kevin Bell wipes him down. No penalty on Chicago. That one sends too deep, and this will be icing in Chicago. Now back into Calgary to the Chicago territory to get ready for another puck draw. Battle strengths happen. Calgary got a better lead here. 4-1. Ross wins the draw. Here's Hanley to find Mata. Mata pass to Hanley. Hanley to Coronado. That one is broken. Here's Bedard. Bedard looks to Krieger. Krieger looks to Burakovsky. Now again for the Flames. Odd-man group. Green. Green shoots saved by Wolf. Took and bang from Hanley. And kicks it over to Sorenkovic. Here's Frost. Frost sets off to Coronado. Coronado to pass again to Mata. Mata to pass to Hanley. Looks to Coronado. Here's Mata. Mata backhander trying to have a deflection by Sorenkovic, but that doesn't go through it. Here's Hanley. A fire shot. Another save by Knight. Sorenkovic backhander. Stop by Knight. This will be under 2:30 to remain in the third period. All right, let's see what your thoughts are for you, Life Rain, who are the best player of the game.
Well, don't stand do. I mean, I've really seen about Igor Sorenkovic. He's really showing it on his better accuracy. When everyone's saying about Sorenkovic, that's one we now need to have that cure. I was so surprised to see how well he was doing. But now you know, it won't be like that after all, as the Flames will be heading to the conference finals in Seattle. Let's see how they hang on to keep for the win, or we'll shut down on the road. Back to you, Brody.
Here's Harvey to find over to Hanley. He'll find it up again. And Nazar pass to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi on the way down as we approach to a final minute in the third period.
Only minute to play.
Backlund finds Hanley. Hanley to find a pass. Broken by Nazar. Blocked a shot by Mata. And Mata finding Backlund. Backlund, Farby. Right towards shot of the angle. Saved again by Knight. Rebound by the Flames. Hurry. Backlund shoots one another. Saved by Knight. And now here's Torinato. Flames getting tired and just hyped for a win as Blackhawks trying to find something. And it's Lafferty. And it's back to Farby. And then we'll take a break here, and this one we'll stop and freeze the play afterwards, finding Coleman. And therefore, Flames will be able to answer in, and we'll head to the finals of the conference to face against the Kraken. Well, been a big night afterward, and the Flames definitely have Ring of Fire. They have it done, and good night, so long. Flames advances to Seattle. Beat Chicago 4-1 in the regulation period. Well, that's OT Rose, and now this is going to be Justin's second win, and they've been a one-on favor. No matter what you can do, you can be one game. We salute to the fans. Thanks for everyone for coming. The Flames are going to start celebrating to head to the conference finals. You did it. Conference finals is only a better place to be. My job well done. Until the next one, we finish. Well, that's it for now. As we can say goodbye to Calgary, along with broadcasting partner Mike Green, along with Tyre and Chucky Charles. I'm Brody. Thanks for joining us for the Calgary Flames Hockey. We'll see you all next time. So long, and have a great night. Take care, everyone.
All right, thank you, Brody. And Flames advances to the conference finals of the Irregular season tournament. And now here are the three-star players of the game. Third starts off with your Darcy Rankovic with only 2 goals and 1 get. He only makes this one with a nice absolution on the goal. Yeah, that one slocking it in. And the tip bound is right behind of Knight. Second star player of the game goes to Zach Whitecloud with only 3 assists and 2 hits. Best assist of the game so far, and he definitely had that one coming right back out to you. And your first star player is Dustin Wolf with 31 saves, and he's really doing it all.
Here are the final statistics of the scores. 44 over 32 shots on goal for Calgary, 30 over 23 for Chicago on a hit, 16-11 over 3-27 for Calgary Flames, 86.7 over 84.7 for Flames and a passing effectiveness. 20 face-off wins for Chicago over 13. 2-minute penalty kill was on Calgary, and no power play goals was made for Chicago Blackhawks of only 2 minutes.
Well, as we say goodbye to Chicago Blackhawks, I mean, it's not about how they win, but they tried. But that's what they always do for. We'll see them back for next season.
But as of now, the Calgary Flames are heading to Seattle to face against the Kraken. There'll be only 1 game each to start off for any of the victims.
First game we'll be seeing is the Islanders face off against the Columbus Blue Jackets in Columbus, Ohio. That game coverage will be starting at 8 p.m. for the first game, and then night 2 will be only 1 game on the other hand, as Flames take on Seattle Kraken. That game, on the other hand, will start at 8:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. in the Mountain Region, and 5:30. That will be, on the other hand, to make that one a 1 condensed game.
And therefore, who's going to the championship game? Find out where the conference finals will continue after this.
Therefore, we'll see you bow around on the other side of it, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And this wasn't a bit of a deal to do it for anything.
So long, folks, for as wild as the NHL in regular season tournament on EA Sports Style. This is me, Phone 11,
And Terry Crews signing out.
Good night, and so long.
If you don't, somebody will.